Okay, now the slide is in its final position on the deck. What you want to do is put the 4 deck flanges on. All you have to do is lift up the leg and then just slide it on. Just like that. There you go. Now take your slope finder and make sure that the ladder is at 15 degrees. Alright. Then you take your pen and you mark the ladder, the holes for the ladder for the deck anchors onto the deck. Then you take your slope finder and you make sure that each of the 4 legs is plumb. Just like that. Great. Now once that leg is plumb, what you want to do is take your drill and put a 1/4 inch bit in it, in through the large 3/8 hole. You want to go ahead and drill through the leg. Okay, only drill halfway, then go around to the other side and drill another 1/4 inch hole. Great. Now take your pen. Oh, excuse me. We're going to take the bolt and anti-seize. Then take a flat washer. And then let me zoom in a little bit. There's a little spacer, just like that. Slip it over the bolt. And then slip it through the 3/8 inch hole. Just like that. Now you take another flat washer, and the nut is a little locking nut. Now make sure you put anti-seize on that bolt. And take your wrench and go ahead and snug it up. There you go. And then repeat the process for the other 3 flanges. Now what you want to do is take your pen and then mark through the flange the 4 holes for the deck anchor bolts. Yeah, you do that for all 4. Okay, then what you want to do is go up onto the leg spud. Now if you've positioned it correctly, the hole that's already in the leg will be facing out. If not, just go ahead and drill either a little pilot hole or use a self-tapping screw. You want to drill through the leg into the spud, just like that. And you do that for all 4 legs. And that completes that part of the installation process. Now, at the end of this, we're going to show you how to actually drill the holes for the deck anchors. This is how we do the anchor bolts for the City Slide. What you do is you take the leg support flanges and you use them as a template to mark the holes for the anchor bolts. Just like that. And you do the same thing for the ladder. Use the ladder as a template. And what you're going to need for the leg supports is a hammer drill and a 1/2 inch masonry bit. Now we're going to drill a hole that's 2.5 inches deep. So what we do is we put a little tape on that drill bit so we know how far to drill. You simply just go ahead and drill a hole just like that. You repeat the process for all the other bolt holes. Now make sure you clean out all the debris out of the hole. Sometimes a garden hose or compressed air works well. Then you take a lead shield, you slip it in a hole, and you hammer it in, just like that. Now before we go ahead and lag those down, we're going to have to drill the holes for the ladder holes, which are a little bit smaller. So we'll get right to that. Now the anchor bolts for the ladder are much smaller. What you want to do is get a 1/4 inch masonry bit, and you want to mark it at 2 inches. Like, again, put a little piece of tape on there. That's how deep we want to drill. and then go ahead and, well, we've already marked the holes with the ladder. So then you just take the drill, drill that 1/4 inch hole. Again, remove the debris from the holes. Yeah, you repeat that process for the other side. Then you take your anchor bolt, you put a nut on it, stick it in, and hammer it down till it hits the bottom of the hole. Great. Then you take the nuts off. Okay, so now what you do is you put the slide, position it over the deck anchors, just like that. And then for the feet, what you're going to do is you take the lag bolt and you put a flat washer on it and simply screw them down into the lead anchors. And what you do is use your wrench and go ahead and just torque them down nice and firm, but don't over tighten them. And you repeat that process for all the holes for the legs. Then the ladder is sitting over that, so then you put on top of it a flat washer and a nut and go ahead and tighten it down just like that till they're nice and firm. And that's how we do it.